Hey folks, Shale here, and I'm going to talk about one of my favorite games come out of E3, Anthem. Now, Anthem looks sweet. It looks great. I feel a lot of good elements here. It looks like a mix of Pandora with Avatar with freaking Iron Man, and it looks to me like Destiny could have been. When Destiny first came out, I was expecting it was going to be like a much more of an RPG game and military thing where you could actually go into the city and walk around this giant urban area, go to trading posts, go to freaking bars and into fights, play mini games, and but instead it turned into this custom lobby screen where you go into little cutout areas, little cookie cutter, little semi-open world sections of the map, and it's just nothing but a giant loading screen server game. That's all it is. It's a game where all you do is play on loading screens. And the ships are, I thought you could I was literally made to pilot your ship. You go on huge parties and there's going to be a huge lore-based game. I thought it was going to be a mix of Halo with Mass Effect. I was expecting with all the money they made, they're playing Destiny, that was going to be some giant space adventure like Mass Effect or KOTOR, you travel around the galaxy, go on giant quests and missions, kind of like a space Lord of the Rings, space World of Warcraft, space D&D, giant facing massive armies of space ogres and monsters and undead, waging space battles, landing on asteroids, traveling to faraway cities, but all of this was destroyed by Activision ruined Destiny. Destiny 2 was somewhat better in some ways, but once again, they still did the whole Activision work. Now your franchise bullshit. Let's see. Aside from that, now getting on to Anthem. Will Anthem be the same? I don't know. It looks a lot different. Looks a lot more promising than Destiny did, but looks deceiving. So we do know so right off the bat though, the player Traveler City where you have to live in or something, that's a real thing. You will be able to travel around this hub world major city on the outskirts of this wilderness and go talk to people kind of the castle or the citadel, the fortress from Dragon's Inquisition with the citadel from Mass Effect. I like that. And the gameplay looks pretty cool. It's a giant, massive, open alien world full of alien space engines that can destroy everything. Forerunner! So yeah, there's elements of that in there. I mean, there's going to be there's going to be the ancient space engineers and their ancient technology that they're racing against enemy factions to acquire. There's the Dominion, which is your arch enemy, which is another human faction, but they seem to be filling the role with the evil Empire series. From what we also can gather, humanity is far away from Earth, and we don't know how we got to this planet, but we've been here for millennia. That sounds good. And there's no technology in the way we usually think of it in this franchise. It's kind of like space science, kind of like Warhammer 40k or Destiny in a lot of ways. And there's elements of it being MMO, massive open world with parties of players going on quests and missions. I like that. Things I'm concerned about though is if this game tanks, it's the end of BioWare. And as a kid, I wanted nothing more to work for BioWare, working on KOTOR or Mass Effect as a writer or a story editor. And I still kind of gave up on that dream and set for more realistic goals. I still want to be a game designer and storyteller. I do that with my D&D games. I do that with my YouTube channel. But, eventually I live in an area where I can make a business out of it. For my D&D campaigns, I can make a business out of it. Work with other artists on making game worlds people explore in. So, yeah, I'm still working on it. Creating online forums and shit for these projects. Massive multiplayer D&D games I'm working on. All sorts of projects I'm working on when it comes to my writing, and testing them out on people in the version of D&D games. Working on that. But BioWare is my favorite company. I grew up loving KOTOR. I grew up loving the the adventures you had across the galaxy, fighting against the Sith Empire, freeing Wookiee slaves from an evil corporation. I loved Tatooine. I loved the lore. I loved KOTOR 1 and 2. This got me into the Star Wars franchise. This is expanded universe. I loved
only fresher.
Just the villains. I loved the universe. I loved the artwork. I loved all of it. I loved all the history. And SWTOR kind of like made this even more full and turned into a giant. The thing I love about the KOTOR and SWTOR franchise, it's literally it's the ultimate Star Wars adventure. Exploring the galaxy, doing all sorts of missions and quests, seeing the universe, seeing all the cultures across the universe. It was a lot like SG-1. I often would combine Star Wars, like KOTOR and SWTOR, with SG-1, like Gold and the Wraith, or I would just create like my own really weird, awesome fan fiction from all of it. Just space marines flying around the galaxy, fighting off rogue insurgents and evil imperial terrorists, with ancient Sith gods rising to power and ruling over the galaxy in a bid for never-ending control. Jedi Knights falling for a mystic priestess and having an affair, and kind of like an Anakin Padme relationship. This is all shit I came up with when I was exposed to both KOTOR and SWTOR and Stargate all at once, and it created a really cool imaginative universe for me at the time. It was a lot of a space epic adventure, and if I ever do find up working on a Star Wars game, I will make a Star Wars adventure like this, with the Sith being like these dark gods, the troopers and the Jedi are like fighting a last-ditch defense to preserve their civilization, and just the sheer going out into the galaxy, saving entire cultures from alien doom. This was all shit that I loved about the KOTOR and SWTOR franchise. This is the kind of shit I loved about Mass Effect. Just the sheer conflicts, the politics, the cultures, just the way the art looks, the walking around in frickin' space bars, walking around in frickin' marketplaces. I loved all that shit on RPGs. It got me into the franchise. Other things that I loved about this sort of game style was also Dragon Age, which to me was like a mix of Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, and that just felt like like D&D made manifest. It was D&D made manifest into a living, breathing game. Just the sheer amount of sex you could have. You could be a whore, you could be a fucking. Just the relationships you could get into, the funny jokes, the funny just the characters of games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age can be. Falling in love with someone, forming a family with someone. Kingdom Hearts does that much better, but still. Just the sheer amount, like, my favorite character in Mass Effect was Garrus motherfucking Vicarian. Your best space bro, alien sniper, who blew the heads off of mercs, and was just fucking phenomenal. Great vigilante alien space marine, who I loved and was my best friend. Let's see. I also really liked, aside from the main games, SWTOR was like my endless space adventure. I would just go on flashpoints, go on raids, fight all the enemies of the Republic. I was usually a Republic trooper, so like a space marine going on missions against the Empire or Mandalorians, saving the galaxy, being a stoic Buzz Lightyear, Space Marine, Space Rangers, Republican Space Rangers, saving the galaxy, defending democracy, saving the alien bloke from the evil Imperial scum, Cold War advertisement, yada yada. But I would also play like the anti-hero, kind of edgy Sith warrior, kind of like Sasuke from Naruto. If we could find these elements in Anthem, if we could find elements of this in Anthem with your crew, of your base, the people of the city, maybe make into a game where you're fighting for the survival of the human race. You're trying to find a new home for them. Not quoting Mass Effect Andromeda, you're trying to cover the alien ruins. If they turned it in what Destiny could have been, which is a no loading screen, massive adventure on this alien planet, fighting a resource war with other factions, trying to survive in the wilderness, but trying to cover alien ruins, create like a unique flavor for it, the way they did with Dragon Age, Mass Effect, and KOTOR. Create a unique flavor for it that is not a generic Destiny copy. And I have hope, because there's like alien factions, there's mercenary factions, there's all these treasures and loot you can go on. So it's a miniature MMO. It's like something a small crew or a guild could do, and go on missions and quests trying to fight like alien enemies. You can team up with your friends. It sounds good. The multiplayer, the gameplay aspects sound phenomenal. I'm just worried about the story. I hope this succeeds. I want a Mass Effect Andromeda 2. I want a Dragon Age 4. I want this to succeed, and it looks awesome. I love like the alien ancient aspect of it, the ruins, trying to find ancient technologies to save the universe, fighting against evil empires, alien like freaking SG-1 classic, exploring the ruins of ancient civilizations, trying to fight for the power to change the world. I like that. I hope it goes that way. But definitely could tank. Definitely could tank. Well, this has been all, folks. This is your usual Shale here. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll be covering new stuff as the time goes on. More ESO videos, more role-playing videos. My Gildemir psyched. Can't wait to get some more requesting done in the land of Tamriel. Can't wait. And I'm also going to the Bristol Renaissance Fair this August with my friends. I'll be recording the event, the ride over, adventures in this magical trading city. Should be pretty cool. Peace out, folks. Bye.